Reddy going and Reddy coming in, हमारे लिए तो platter पे सजा के दे दिया है. And I'm telling you, this was almost 2 or 3 months before the elections. So Congress has managed to do fantastic in Telangana. Happy for two reasons. Because when there is a fight between Congress and BJP and there is no regional factor, the BJP manages to, sooner or later comes into the main fray. And Chhattisgarh, I'm sure we would see the BJP gaining more than Congress. I may not be wrong. I hope so. But whatever I have read about Chhattisgarh, spoken to people, met people from there, I have a feeling.
Okay, I want.
Congress did fight well. The Congress did fight well.
Okay, these results are not yet over. There's dead heat in Chhattisgarh now. Dead heat in Chhattisgarh. 44 of the BJP to 45 of the Congress. The only state where we can, I'm still not calling it, but the only state where we can say that there is such a significant gap that we don't think it will be plugged is Telangana. I want Zainab to come in on the point that Shama made.
Barkha, no, I'll sorry interject you, Barkha. That if Telangana is a case where you can call it or you can
kind of leaning towards
so then what is different in Madhya Pradesh where the gap is 34 seats and Rajasthan also it's stubbornly 25 seats. So I'm saying
fair enough.
What is sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander.
Okay,
right?
let's wait then. Let's wait then. Okay, let's pick up this point with Zainab and Manu, but also to Krishan Kumar Janu, Rajasthan BJP leader, that Shama made about the Muslim vote. Very interesting point about how KCR could not have won last time without the Muslim vote of Telangana, and this time the Congress has made a big bid for that, cutting into, they hope, Owaisi's stranglehold over the Hyderabad area. Zainab, your thoughts on the Muslim?
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, go ahead, Zainab. Yeah.
I couldn't agree more with Dr. Sharma. She's absolutely right. The Muslim vote has been consolidated. I have been saying this for the past 7 years, ever since I've been speaking on politics, that MIM is clearly a vote cutter for Congress, and they cut the Muslim votes. It's very obvious, and you always see MIM standing always on the opposite side of Congress. And as much as they say we have the democratic right to fight our elections, it's very obvious that they create a dent. Whoever's standing opposite to the BJP. So, the consolidated vote now, I mean, the Muslim voter has understood very clearly that OVC is not doing much for us except for only the arithmetic that they do in the final election tally. And which is the reason that now, Congress does get all the Muslim votes wherever MIM is. Because, and I do agree that they are leading on their 7 seats, but that is their stronghold since forever. But the Muslim vote is now clearly, I mean, the Muslim voter is more aware. The Muslim voter knows that any Muslim leader is not a leader that should be backed simply because they are a Muslim, and someone who we have greater interests with should be voted for. So I do believe that the consolidated Muslim vote has helped Congress a lot in Telangana. And, let's just see the other 2 seats where MIM has fought. The 7 seats I was expecting MIM to take.
Yeah, but, Zainab, something we can talk about later is that if the Congress talks so much about the Muslim vote, the BJP will also counter-polarize in forthcoming elections. But for a moment, let's just turn our attention to Rajasthan, जहां पर शमा बहुत देर तक अब कोई change नहीं हुआ है. The BJP, is it okay? The banner isn't matching the slide, so I'm not sure. Karthik, you want to tell me which one is the latest number?
No, BJP is 105, Congress is 80 on Rajasthan. That's the number.
Yeah, so the banner needs to be updated. So 105 to 80. Krishna Kumar Janu ji, मुझे अब आपके पास आना पड़ेगा आंकड़े देखते हुए. बीजेपी की लीड 105 में, कांग्रेस 80, अभी भी अदर्स का साइजेबल नंबर है 14 का. मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूँ, एक थियोरी चल रही है कि अगर बीजेपी की जीत नैरो होती है तो वसुंधरा राजे बनेगी मुख्यमंत्री, और अगर बड़ी होती है तो कोई भी बन सकता है. इस बात पे आप क्या कहेंगे कृष्ण जी?
मीडिया पता नहीं क्यों वसुंधरा जी को लेकर एक विशेष नैरेटिव बना रहा है. वो 2 बार पहले भी मुख्यमंत्री रही हैं और इस बार भी रह जाएंगी. कोई पहाड़ नहीं टूट जाएगा. भारतीय जनता पार्टी की राष्ट्रीय उपाध्यक्ष है, राजस्थान की स्टार प्रचारक है. उनको लेकर ये जो मीडिया का सस्पेंस डिजाइन करने का तरीका है, ये कहीं न कहीं अशोक गहलोत की डिजाइन बॉक्स और अशोक गहलोत प्रभावित एक मीडिया इस नैरेटिव को बनाने की कोशिश कर रहा था। और अब जबकि गिनती हो रही है तब भी इसी पर चर्चा हो रही है। मुझे लगता है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी का संसदीय दल जिस किसी का
जी।
नाम लेगा वो मुख्यमंत्री बनेगा, और उसमें वसुंधरा जी भी हो सकते हैं। ऐसी कौन सी अतिशयोक्तिपूर्ण बात है?
पर अगर आप देखिए राजस्थान का लीड आपका बहुत बढ़ गया है, अब 110 हो गया है 72 कांग्रेस के मुताबिक, लेकिन अदर्स अभी भी 17 है। इन अदर्स के बारे में आप कुछ कहेंगे कृष्ण जी? ये कौन है ये
इन
अदर्स?
अदर्स में इन अदर्स में से कुछ ऐसे लोग हैं जो टिकट को लेकर नाराज है। उसमें कुछ भाजपा के हैं, कुछ कांग्रेस के हैं, कुछ हनुमान
जी
बेनीवाल के हैं, कुछ बसपा के हैं। ये सारी
जी।
बातें राजस्थान के सिनेरियो में स्पष्ट है।
तो आपको लगता है कि ये किस तरफ जाएंगे, क्या लगता है?
ये कंसोलिडेटेड होकर किधर भी नहीं जाएंगे। भारतीय
हाँ,
जनता पार्टी की जो बहुमत की सरकार आ रही है तो उनको बार्गेनिंग का अवसर नहीं मिलेगा। अगर कहीं बहुत माइनर मेजोरिटी की गवर्नमेंट आती है तो फिर वो लोग बार्गेनिंग करेंगे और मोल भाव के साथ जिधर जाने का। राजस्थान का गहलोत जी ने 2 बार बसपा को खरीदा है, कांग्रेस में मर्ज किया है। इस प्रकार की कुत्सित कोशिश जरूर हो सकती है, लेकिन उसके तो परिणाम आएंगे संभावना ही नहीं लगती।
तो मैं आपकी बात कांग्रेस की जो लीडर है उनके पास 2 मिनट में लेके जाऊंगी। मनु, गिव अस व्हाट्स हैपनिंग इन छत्तीसगढ़। Again, it's been pointed out that all the leads, I guess, are not in, but still टक्कर की लड़ाई।
Yeah,
And
see,
now all the leads
Chhattisgarh,
are
as
in.
I said, is always
हाँ
a close election in terms of vote share. So what's
जी
happening currently is that you are seeing this close vote share reflect in various rounds of counting, and this will keep on happening till the very end. That's why Chhattisgarh elections generally take a lot of time in being, called out. Two reasons for that. First is obviously that it has a lot of jungle and tribal belts, so the counting and the logistics of it, they're always complex. And second is that the electorate is pretty cleanly, divided across BJP and the Congress. So there isn't much mobility between the voters and electorate across. So it's a bit like one of those cliffhangers or decider states in the US, whereby each party has 40 plus 40 plus vote percentages, and it's down to the final few counties. So something similar happens in Chhattisgarh, and that's why we are observing these seesaws.
Okay, let me actually bring in Dr. Mohammed for an overall picture, right? An overall picture is I want to show you the posters outside the Congress Party headquarters. Do we have those posters? It's very interesting. उन पे क्या लिखा है? राहुल सब पर भारी है, तभी तो भाजपा जारी है. So it's very clear, Dr. Mohammed, that the outcome of these elections is going to be directly connected to, in a way, Rahul Gandhi's pivotal position in the opposition bloc. Can you talk a little bit about these posters outside the Congress headquarters this morning? Hang on, Shama, I can't hear you. Can we unmute Shama, please?
Yeah. Whenever we win, I remember people coming and telling me the last time we won an election, oh, y'all are not doing anything. There is no excitement in the office. Why are you like this? And when we put posters up also, we are questioned. Of course, we want to show, like the Bharatiya Janata Party, like Amit Shah always does. When there's a West Bengal election, he says, "Hum 200 seats se zyada jeet jayenge." So meaning, what does he do? It's a psychological warfare by him. So there are people sitting on the wall. They don't know which side to jump. So when they say that, oh, this party is winning, we don't want a hung assembly. Nobody in a state wants a hung assembly. So they jump to that side. That's what he does. So we also are positive people. We didn't know how to do all these things before. We used to do work and not advertise or do anything.
So you started borrowing from the BJP playbook.
We are not borrowing from them, but we have decided ourselves that, we do a lot of work. We did in the last 10 years. Barkha, everybody forgets what we did. Now, 80 crores, Mr. Narendra Modi is extending his food to the ration to the poor people, 80 crore. Now, where does that come from? This Food Security Act of 2013. Who got it? The Congress Party. I can proudly say that. And when he says there are 80 crore people out of 140, means we have a lot of poverty in this country. So what has he done in the last 9.5 years or almost 10 years? So Food Security Act, RTI, right to education, Manrega, Indo-US nuclear deal. I mean, I can go on about the 10 years we were in power. But when you ask them, there's nothing. So we decided that, yes, we will put posters up. What is wrong in that? It's an election. It's we will win, we lose, and we want to win. And I don't see there is anything wrong in us celebrating a victory. They might, as I said, it's still what, 9:45. 9:45. The results.
Are you worried though about the dead heat in Chhattisgarh? Can I turn to Chhattisgarh for just a second, because I think that's something that no one really expected. None of the exit polls suggested this kind of dead heat. Nobody. Everybody said
Barkha,
that.
no.
What,
to
what?
the contrary,
mean?
Barkha.
What do you mean?
All exit polls had overlapping ranges in Chhattisgarh. All
Achha,
exit polls.
let's not debate the exit polls anyway. Okay, point taken. Let's move
But,
on. I didn't get the sense, looking at the exit poll coverage, Karthik, that a dead heat was expected in Chhattisgarh. I don't remember seeing that kind of forecast. Does anybody remember?
It was. In fact, if you look at the C-voter numbers, or if you look at any number, everybody was calling it really close.
Okay. Now we're in the realm of actual results. So let's talk about that. Can I turn just for a moment? I was asking Shama whether you are anxious. I'm not taking some of the key candidates trailing very seriously. Bhupesh Baghel, Kamalnath was trailing. He's now leading. Bhupesh Baghel was trailing. I mean, these are rounds. So we'll wait.
Barkha,
I want to say one point.
One minute, Karthik, I need to get Shama in, and then you can come in, unless there's a numbers clarification you want to make.
No, I have a question for Dr. Mohammed, actually.
Yes, go ahead.
Look at Madhya Pradesh, Dr. Mohammed. BJP 144 to Congress is 82. This is an exit poll number nobody wanted to believe. But it seems that it's because this has now been holding now for some time, Dr. Mohammed.
It's holding, but the question here is, it's 9:45 in the morning. I mean, I have seen elections
My
playing, so
question
let's not get excited. I remember one election.
Let us speak, Karthik. Let us speak.
I remember an election where I was asked by another anchor, I'm not going to name, why aren't you bursting firecrackers around 10:15? I said, let it become 12:1. Things changed. Things change at the last minute. So let's not get very overtly excited. And I want to make a point to Barkha here. You told Zainab that there will be reverse polarization with the concern. It is not going to be. That is the fear everybody has. Indians are not like that. Let's not do this to Indians. That reverse.
No. I was saying, if you emphasize how the Muslims vote, the BJP will emphasize how the Hindus vote.
No, what was the report done by the Bharatiya Janata Party's report of Karnataka was the Muslim consolidation. I'm not emphasizing. I'm telling the truth. We have to. And one more important thing in Telangana is the backward community vote. BCs are 54% in Telangana. Let's understand that. So BC vote has to also come to you, because they are the largest population in Telangana, and that also has come to the Congress if we have this sort of victory by afternoon. So I believe this, the fear of polarization with Muslims after 2014 is very unfair to even each and every Muslim politician out there, because it's always a fear factor. And I don't think we have to stop this fear and understand that Indians are above that. And let's look at the person, or let's tell the facts. I was just talking about a fact. I'm not making out something. And if the BJP asks about it, or BJP says, why Muslims are voting, because you don't even have a single member of parliament. You don't give tickets to a 19%, I think, if I'm not wrong, Muslims are there in UP. You don't give a single ticket. And that is the truth. So if you want to go for Pashmunda Muslims, I mean, I've never heard of being such divisions in the Muslims in our country. I fail to understand, why do they want to divide everybody, get one part. So if you're not going to give tickets to Muslims, if you're not going to do anything, one has to speak up. I mean, I'm not saying anything against. Then if they really want to, the Muslims are part of this, part and parcel of this country from the freedom struggle onwards. No.
Okay, as we debate the Muslim vote and the counter polarization, I just want to make the point that the Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan leads, and Karthik and Manu, please correct me if I'm wrong. Technically, the gaps are now bigger than the gap between the Congress and the BRS in Telangana. So, there's a well-established lead for the BJP in Madhya Pradesh, 140 now to 86 for the Congress. If I can switch to the next slide, there is 115 for 72, but 12 are still holding strong in Rajasthan, and we have to pay close attention to these 12, 63 to 46 in Telangana. And finally, what does Chhattisgarh look like? If we can take a look at Chhattisgarh in our last slide, as it's coming up. No, I need Chhattisgarh, please. We've seen these 3 states. We need Chhattisgarh. It's coming up in a moment. Varun, there it is. It's dead heat. It is.
No,
yeah, Shama. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm on another. I don't want to name the channel which I'm looking at. It says 57 INC and 33 BJP for Chhattisgarh. So I don't know if the figures are
right. Okay. We'll check those numbers again, Shama. No, not numbers. Fair enough. Karthik, can we quickly check the numbers? In the meantime, Varun,
these numbers are the ones that we are getting from our agency updated. But in the last few seconds, Congress in Telangana has gone down to 59. I think for the first time in a long time, it has gone below the majority mark. BR is 49. Chhattisgarh is 44 apiece. Madhya Pradesh, BJP 135, Congress 91. Rajasthan, BJP 115, Congress 72. My limited point was that if the Congress is happy about Telangana and is treating it as a victory, by the same logic then, Madhya Pradesh seems to be a loss. So anyway, I mean, my point was, when I was asking Dr. Mohammed that question, and maybe Varun can answer this on the BJP perspective.
I did not say. I said you are asking me, and I said it's I should be positive about my stay at the stage where we are.
Dr. Mohammed, my question was hypothetical, that if this holds in Madhya Pradesh for the Congress, this is disastrous on so many fronts because this is a 20-year-old government.
Let me add a question to
Barkha, 2 other channels, in 2 of them, 65 for us in Telangana. So I don't know what your figures are showing. I mean, 2 channels can't be different. I mean, yours is the only one. So I think your agency, there is something wrong. That's all I can say.
Okay. Look, we will check our numbers again. We'll be sure to check our numbers.
58, we are 58 and they are 34. 56, sorry.
Okay.
So I'm just seeing the other numbers.
Okay, hang on, everybody. Let's play what Jyotiraditya Scindia is saying while we revisit our numbers, as Dr. Mohammed is urging us to do. Let's take a look at Jyotiraditya Scindia and come back to the politics of it. It's also a big test for Scindia. If his area does well or it doesn't do well, it will reflect on how much of a political asset he's been in leaving the Congress and coming into the BJP. We'll talk a little bit about that, but let's listen to Jyotiraditya Scindia. In the meantime, Karthik, I request you, as Dr. Mohammed is saying, to take a fresh eye on the latest numbers, and we'll come back with those.
Barkha, can I leave? Barkha, can I leave?
बात है हमारी डबल इंजन की सरकार प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में, मध्य प्रदेश में शिवराज सिंह जी के नेतृत्व में जो जन कल्याण की योजनाएं हैं, जो गरीब उत्थान की योजना है, सेवा और सुशासन की जो हमारी सरकार है, जनता का पूर्ण आशीर्वाद भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ रहेगा। कल कई कहानियां मैंने सुनी कि लड्डू कोई एकत्रित कर रहे थे, कोई शाबाशी की बैनर्स पोस्टर्स लगवा रहे थे, और मैंने सदैव कहा था कि नतीजे का इंतज़ार करो। तो मुझे पूर्ण विश्वास है कि जनता का आशीर्वाद भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ रहेगा, और समूचे मध्य प्रदेश की जनता को मैं नमन करता हूं। और अभी रुझान आ रहे हैं, अंतिम नतीजे तक हम लोग इंतज़ार करें, पर मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बहुमत नहीं लेकिन पूर्ण बहुमत के साथ बनेगी।
ओल्ड पेंशन भी नहीं चला सर, लाडली बहना का कमाल करेंगे कैसे?
अब मैंने आपको सदैव कहा मैं ज्योतिष नहीं हूँ, तो मैंने कहा है बहुमत नहीं, संपूर्ण बहुमत के साथ सरकार।
क्या कारण मानते हैं जनता का इतना समर्थन मिला है, क्या वजह है?
मैंने यही कहा कि हमारी डबल इंजन की सरकार, प्रधानमंत्री जी का नेतृत्व, प्रदेश में हमारी जन कल्याणकारी योजनाएं, इन सभी के आधार पर हमारा जनता के साथ एक व्यक्तिगत और हृदय का संबंध, सुशासन की सरकार, यही कारण है। मुझे पूर्ण विश्वास है कि
दिग्विजय सिंह 2 दिन से आपको अटैक कर रहे हैं। कल भी उन्होंने कहा कि हमारे पास सिंधिया जैसे नहीं है, हमारी कांग्रेस नहीं टूटेगी, हॉस्पिटल नहीं होगी।
उनके हर एक बद्दुआ का मैं स्वागत करता हूं, और दिग्विजय सिंह जी को मैं अपने तरफ से, अपने दिल की गहराइयों से मैं उनको शुभकामनाएं भी देता हूं।
Barkha, I need to leave. Barkha,
I know you do. I want a last comment from you, just in a second. This is what the numbers still look like from our agency, Shama. But my question to you was going to be just in the end: in case you lose Madhya Pradesh, and you lose Rajasthan, but you win Telangana and you win Chhattisgarh. Suppose that's how it stacks up. Will you be disappointed? Will it be a sort of lesser score than you expected if this was an exam? How would you feel about it? Can I please take this? Yeah, can I please go to Shama? I need to hear Shama. I can't hear Shama.
Can you hear me now?
1 second. Yes, I can. Yes.
So whenever there is a loss, everybody in the party will be disappointed. That is normal for everyone, whether it's BJP or any party. But at the end of the day, we need to respect the people's mandate. That's what I would say. Unlike the Bharatiya Janata Party, who subverts people's mandate. Let's understand, Madhya Pradesh, we won last time. It was subverted. They subverted Karnataka. Maharashtra, you saw what happened. So we don't want to. We believe in true democracy. And it's people's right to vote. They vote for one particular party. You go and join subvert democracy. It's very wrong. You're cheating the people of India. And it will come one day where people of India will understand what the Bharatiya Janata Party does to gain power by hook or by crook. We are not that. Congress Party believes in the power of the people to elect who they want in this country.
Okay, Dr. Mohammed, we're going to let you go, and we promise you that we will keep updating our numbers as we get them. We hope to talk to you again soon. Karthik, I'm going to hand over to you. I'm going to take a quick break to have a glass of water. I see other guests joining us as well. We'll introduce them in just a moment. Krishna Kumar Janu, हमारे साथ बने रहिए. Please, राजस्थान से आंकड़े बहुत अच्छे, interesting आ रहे हैं. आपसे सवाल करेंगे. Karthik, briefly, for just 3-4 minutes, it's over to you. Go ahead, Karthik.
Yeah, thank you, Barkha. Yeah. Thank you, Barkha. So just before I start, just recapping the numbers for everybody. Madhya Pradesh, BJP currently 148, Congress 80, others 2. Chhattisgarh, BJP in fact pulling ahead now, 46 to Congress's 42. Telangana, Congress right at the majority mark, 59, but not there. They have to get 60 for that majority. BRS 49, others 5, BJP 6. Rajasthan 125, BJP 62, Congress and others is 12. That's how the numbers look like at this point. This is an evolving situation, but some of these leads have now stuck for some time. But let's wait. Let's wait. Of course, let's wait. So I guess Varun, I wanted to actually get you in, Varun. Varun, Madhya Pradesh, what has happened? I mean, conventional wisdom would have suggested 3 to 4 months back that this is like a 20-year anti-incumbency. It is the Congress's turn. They got the mandate last time. It was taken away from them. They have strong organizational person in Kamalnath who also has the resources. Suddenly, what happened? What do you think is happening here with the BJP? This is not a victory. If these numbers hold, this is going to be a sweep for the
landslide.
BJP. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on that?
Two things. Firstly, why BJP is getting this number is because BJP focused more on their Panna Pramukhs. The Panna Pramukhs were given more of importance by the BJP, by the higher leaders, immaterial with the state leaders or the central leaders. They had given a very specific task, and I know this for sure because I spoke to people. I was with people who were doing this work, who were assigned this work to do in Madhya Pradesh. And those were those people who got the voters to the polling booth on the voting day. That is the reason we have such high numbers in Madhya Pradesh in terms of voting percentage. Secondly, Chhattisgarh, I want to go back to Chhattisgarh. Probably I was one of the only few journalists or political analysts who had been saying that I still feel that BJP may win Chhattisgarh because the way the caste consolidation happened in Chhattisgarh in favor of BJP, which had last time gone to Congress. This time they have switched to BJP again. And thirdly, we were talking about consolidation of votes in the Muslims. That is fine with the Congress, but the Congress doesn't want consolidation of Hindu votes. That is, which will in the Lok Sabha elections. I'm very happy Telangana Congress has won because this will give BJP a kind of push that they will have to consolidate those Hindu votes, because if Muslims are going to Congress, Muslims have played very smartly in Karnataka. They voted for Congress when they knew that Congress is winning. They abandoned JDS. Muslims have voted very smartly in Maharashtra also last election, and Muslims have voted very smartly in most of the constituencies. But in politics change and things people do. Again, one last Rajasthan also, I'm telling you, the number will be much higher in BJP in the upcoming.
It's already 125, Varun. I mean, I think this is
I'm
not
sure
close
in
anymore.
MP, BJP, MP and Rajasthan, BJP is winning. Chhattisgarh also, I'm pretty sure BJP is winning. MP, what I'm saying, it is a leher. In Hindi, we call it
Okay,
leher.
let's yeah,
MP mein BJP ki leher hai.
let me get in Madhavan. Thank you,
Kamalnath
Varun.
failed miserably.
That was going to be my next question to Madhavan. Actually, Madhavan, welcome to the show. And
Yeah.
what's the
Morning.
biggest surprise? Good morning, sir. What's the biggest surprise for you this morning of the 4 results? And I especially want your take on Madhya Pradesh, because this was one state for the taking for the Congress. They should have ideally won this pretty comfortably. But this seems to be going the exact opposite. And tie that into your triangle theory that is pretty popular on the Mojo story. So over to you, sir.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Please remind me on the triangle theory. I sometimes come up with metaphors.
Wasn't it something like Delhi, Gandhinagar, Kanpur?
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. It's I call it the Ayodhya Gandhinagar axis. That the further you go away from these two centers, there is a receding of the BJP's popularity. I still hold that true. But I have other things to say this time. First of all, the biggest failure, if you ask me, is Kamalnath, because failing to convert the anti-incumbency mood, which was very evident, and we heard Varun talk about Panna Pramukh, but I think no Panna Pramukh can convert something that is not campaign worthy in terms of storytelling, in terms of what others have done and what you are doing. And what is remarkable about the BJP's victory in Madhya Pradesh are 3 things. One is that it has been able
expected, to... Let's be careful with the words. Expected victory, because these are still trends.
Yeah, that's right. Expected. Yeah. But I still will stick my neck out on Madhya Pradesh. I won't stick my neck out on Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh yet. Madhya Pradesh, it's a question of the margin. It's also a question of, once you've used a word like wave, which I think is a fair one, it can be a small wave or a big wave, but certainly a wave. But to have a wave at a time when you had a so-called slightly wobbly chief minister face in Shivraj Singh Chauhan, please remember, double engine Sarkar was not used by the BJP at all. Not only that, they put central ministers and other MP BJP stalwarts in that area just to give a broad signal that this is not about Shivraj Singh Chauhan. Third thing is, I often like to mention, based on my triangle theory, that Madhya Pradesh is not fitting into a Hindutva narrative easily. So what made things possible for the BJP very clearly is Kamalnath's inability and lack of charisma to convert an anti-incumbency move and consolidate it. Second thing is BJP's amazing ability to shift the agenda from cultural issues to economic issues. The Ladli Behna scheme, and in fact, this election, irrespective of who wins in the end, has been very clearly for me an economic and social election, not
that's something. Yeah, let's come. That's a very good point. We'll come to that in a bit.
Yeah,
but Zainab,
but let me just complete.
Madhavan, just Zainab has to leave. Sorry, Zainab has to leave,
okay.
So I have to give her the last word. Zainab, parting thoughts. Has been great having you on the show. But parting thoughts as you see the trends. Well, let me just repeat the trends for you. Madhya Pradesh, the gap has narrowed, but not really. BJP 137 to Congress's 92. Chhattisgarh still dead heat, 44 apiece. Telangana Congress pulling ahead, 61 to BRS's 50. It's still a narrow margin, but they're crossing the halfway mark. Rajasthan BJP is exactly the double of the Congress, 125 to 62. So your key takeaways.
See, my take on Madhya Pradesh is actually very different from Sir. I personally feel that it was the RSS's mobilization on ground in Madhya Pradesh that has led to like the last leg of the race, which, went to the BJP, because the RSS was so active on ground. And the reason, you have to realize in MP, there was a very early ticket distribution. So BJP was very, very strategic in, how it's going to win MP, because it had a very good it had very good reports of how Congress is doing well in Madhya Pradesh. So I think it was RSS that has actually made the difference for BJP, and it is a bit of polarization, because if you see in Madhya Pradesh, BJP is leading in all the urban areas, and that is where the RSS is most active. When it comes to Rajasthan, it was pretty clear from the beginning, although most of the exit polls were saying it's going to be neck and neck. But what I saw and what I heard and what I spoke to people there, I knew that it was going to be BJP who's going to pretty much take over in Rajasthan, because of the various issues that Congress has always been riddled with, number one being the infighting. And again, BJP was very organized ground level in Rajasthan. So I'm expecting Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh to be, BJP taking the win. Chhattisgarh has been a real surprise, in my opinion. Chhattisgarh, I was not expecting it to be such a close fight. I really thought.
In fact, even as we speak now, Chhattisgarh mein BJP is now 49 to Congress is 39.
Exactly. So I'm finding that very
huge.
surprising.
Yeah.
I'm finding that very, 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 very surprising. And yeah.
Sorry, I'm cutting in because I'm back. Thank you, Zainab and Karthik. I want to welcome formally, I know you've already all been talking, Madhavan Narayan is with us, veteran journalist and analyst. We're also joined by Sandeep Purohit, senior journalist from Rajasthan. PKD Nambiar, political analyst, is with us. Varun Singh is, of course, already with us. Zainab is with us. And I want to say a very big welcome to Ram Mohan Reddy from the Congress Telangana. Namaskar, all smiles. Baki sab jagah tension chal raha hai. Telangana, one place where Congress is not tense. I can see all smiles. Your first thoughts on that amazing Telangana performance. Although I should warn that at 10 in the morning, just because I'm trained to warn, gap is narrowing. Ramon Reddy, any nervous moments, or you're sure of a win?
No, not at all, Barkha, not at all. Any nervous moments, and in fact, the gap is increasing now. As per our party sources in our handles, it is like around 69 now. So it is increasing. So Congress victory is quite comfortable now. There is no tension at all. This is what, but we are anticipating to touch 72 to 80 figure at least. So I believe it will happen.
Can I ask you why DK Shivakumar reached Telangana and was worried about poaching, and Renuka Chaudhary was talking about poaching? If you all are so confident of your win, why are you so worried about poaching, Ram?
No, it is not about poaching, but it is about administering, because they recently had experience there post-election. So it's wanted to take their help. But we still, let's see in another way. It's on a positive note. They're here to help us.
Okay. Okay, Ram, tell me one thing. What is the factor? What is the one factor, if you do take the state, and it now looks like you will take the state, what is the single largest factor to which you attribute your win, if that win were to come, which now looks increasingly likely in Telangana?
Ma'am, your voice is breaking. I'm really sorry. The signal is breaking.
Okay. Okay, Ram, are you able to hear me? Ram, can you hear me?
It is comfortable. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
I was just saying, what's the one big factor that you think swung Telangana in the Congress favor? Which, yeah, I'm not sure if it's my signal or yours, but if you can hear me, go ahead.
Sorry.
Can't hear you, Ram. Let's reconnect with Ram. Let me welcome the other guest in. Here is what it looks like. It's 9 minutes past 10 on this Sunday morning, the Super Sunday, our own version of the Super Bowl. Here, as we look at the results come in, and it has been a very interesting Sunday. Look at Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh is 49 seats in the lead for the BJP. Hi, Ram, you're back with us to 39 for the... Can we just mute Ram till I'm done with the numbers? And I need to look at the slides, please. Can I have the slides? There it is. All right. Chhattisgarh, they got updated as I was speaking. The Congress just overtook. This is the fun of elections. The Congress just overtook the BJP in the last few minutes in Chhattisgarh. It's 46 to 42. So while it was looking like the BJP was in the lead for a while, that changed in the last few minutes. Now let's move on to the next state. Telangana, of course, is where the Congress is performing very handsomely. But I'm waiting for the slides. If they could just change a bit quicker, it would be really good. In the meantime, okay, I don't think we're getting any fresh numbers. So PKD Nambiar, let me bring in you for an overall perspective on what we're seeing so far. Madhya Pradesh, the BJP is very distinctly in the lead. In Rajasthan now, the gap has really increased between the BJP and the Congress as well. Even the others may not matter if the gap remains this big. If we can go to Chhattisgarh now, where for a long time the BJP was in the lead, but now that has reversed, that it's a neck and neck fight. So Telangana is really the one place where there's a very distinct gap in terms of in favor of the Congress, and in Madhya Pradesh there's a very distinct gap in favor of the BJP. Your overall take, PKD, on the politics?
Madhya Pradesh, Barkha, good morning. And Madhya Pradesh is really a surprising. After 20 years, a government, rather than having any anti-incumbency, it's a pro-incumbency, and defeating almost everybody in a all the pollsters, all the opinion makers, all those people who have been talking about an obituary for, you remember that we had a show on the age of Kamalnath and as well as Shivraj Singh Chauhan. So I think it's going to be a case study for the times to come for all those people like us to read through. The elections are not done on the television panels, but on the ground with the people, and the governance needs to be experienced by every electorate. And I think the some of these schemes which of late the government has launched has really benefited the people. That is the result which we are seeing. Rajasthan, I am not at all surprised, and I think it has always been, this is a kind of trend. And one thing I can tell you, there is no Ashok Gehlot, oh, is tarah mahan neta hai. There is Vasundhara is the ultimate in BJP. There is nothing like that. If that was the case, none of these leaders could ever get back into the power. So the party is more important than these leaders. Of course, every party will require to have some kind of a leaders. Bhupesh Baghel, of course, we were somehow from the last, there was a trend which was going on from the last 1 year. Oh, Bhupesh Baghel, so it's absolutely a standing sarkar and he will get it. But I think he might, if it is a close fight, remember that we had that if it is a close fight, BJP will form the government even in Chhattisgarh. If it is a 5, 6 or 7, because already KC Singhio is already there on the edge. Same is in the case of
yes.
But congratulations to Congress, an amazing victory for